Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and this is me Vajan. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial video about how you can build a chatbot using the ChatGPT API. So you don't need any coding skills or anything. You don't need to have a complex setup to build this bot, and everything you can do it within our platform. So if you are new to this platform, you can sign up here. You will get 14 days of free trial. You can try out our platform. Not gonna show how to create a workspace or anything in our account, like it's already done. You can check out our previous videos. Today I'm going to show you how to set up the chatbot, like how you can build it. So that's what we are going to look into it. So let me create a new workspace so we can do it all from scratch. So let me create a new workspace. Let me call this workspace ChatGPT demo. Okay, and yeah, let's open it up. Okay, like we do have 14-day free trial. Let's build a quick demo. First thing first, like what you have to do is let's do the integration first. Once you have set up the account, let's go to the integration and let's go to OpenAI. Okay, next thing is you need to provide your API key, so that you can create it from the OpenAI. If you have an OpenAI account, you can create it from there. So I already created the API key. I'm pasting it here. So after it's done, you can click on the save button. So you will see the data saved verified. So if you see that, that means the integration was successful. It has been already saved. Now let's build let's create a chatbot. Now for that, you can go to the Omni-Channel. So rest all the channels you need to connect with the appropriate setup. So for example, Messenger or Instagram, you need to have an account, set it up for it. The Omni-Channel, where it support a web chatbot, we can build it on the web chatbot and we can test it out. So let's set up. Let's call it ChatGPT demo. This is the chatbot. We are giving a name to the Omni-Channel. So let's create a new bot. Let's go with the blank template. Let's call it demo. Let's open the flow builder. Yeah. So we just had the flow builder opened up here. Let's first thing is we need to collect the out. We need to have an input. So let's build a basic chatbot flow. So let's have a question here, and this will be the input from the user. So let's use the text block. So let's have a prompt, or let's have a question here. How may I help you? And let's save, map this response. We need to save whatever the user is typing here for this question, the input. Let's call it AI input, or let's call it a question. Let's call it a question. So this is the variable we are saving. So it should be a test variable. It's a string. So let's save it like that. And next thing is we need to send this information to the integration. So for that, let's drag a line and just drop it. So we have an action block here. So let's click on it. This action block has all the integrations which you are using in the workspace, in this workspace. So let's go to the OpenAI integration, because we already done the integration. Let's click on it. Let's click. Then next thing is click on the action block. In action, you can find the available integration which is related to OpenAI. So what we have to do is create the chat completion. This is what we need, because this is the ChatGPT integration. So you this thing you can leave it default. That's you don't need to make any changes here. So here you can see by default the model is GPT 3.5, so you can leave it empty. So in the messages, you need to map the variable that we are storing the input. So we saved it in the question block, so you can select the question. You can also click on this button to get the variables. You can search for it. Also you can type this curly braces twice. That will also load the variables you have. So let's type question. So here you can put 500. So that way you will get a decent response. It will create enough decent response. you will have enough character to show. Like otherwise the problem is if it is a 100 token, it will generate a response, but sometimes it will get we won't get a full response. So maximum token means it will create enough words to generate a proper response. So hey, hello, let's something like that, we can type it here. So we can test this response. Let's wait for it to complete. So here you see in the choices you can find hello, how may I assist you today. This is the reply from the ChatGPT API. So what we can do is we can map this, like we can map this JSON like a response, we can map into a variable. So let's call it response. So this is the response from the ChatGPT. Let's save that. Let's save it in a test variable. So let's go with the test and add it. So here you can see we are saving the response from the ChatGPT API. So let's save and let's print the variable. Like if you want, you can print it on the send message. So let's print it here. So with this 3 blocks, we made a chatbot using the ChatGPT API. Pretty fast, and you don't need any coding for this. Let's preview it. Let's see how it look like in the builder. This is what we build. Let's see how it look like. Okay, so it's loading. So we already gave a question, and let's see. Let's wait for the response. So here you can see we got 8 points marketing tips from the ChatGPT API. So this is a basic flow. We just set it up. We can improve this flow. So what we can do is there is a slight delay, like when you generate a response. So we can have a option like typing, like so that it looks like it actually communicating. So let's say let's put it 1 second delay like that. So typing or waiting, we can put typing. So this only supported on web and Messenger and Telegram. Rest all channels it's not supported. On WhatsApp or Instagram, this effect you are trying to get, it will not supported by the UI. So we cannot use it. So in web chatbot we can have it. Let's see how it look like. Let's preview it once again. See, this looks like it's typing something, so it gives an idea, like the user will wait for it. Give me a JavaScript code for calculator application. Let's see what happens now. Oh, there is I made a mistake actually. Yeah, I will explain it. So actually this typing effect should be, let me make a copy. So let me delete it from here. So this typing effect should be before the OpenAI response, then only we can show it like it's actually waiting, like it's actually printing it. So let's keep it, it should be before the OpenAI integration. So let's publish it and let's preview it. Let me ask the same question once again. So for a calculator, for let's see. I mean, so here you can see it's typing. That means now the it's communicating with the API. Let's see, it will take a couple of seconds to print the response. So here you can see we got an HTML and JavaScript code for a basic calculator. We didn't specify, like we just asked a JS code, it's just printed a JS code like that. So here is the JavaScript, we can find it. So this is incomplete because, like I said, the maximum token you're giving, that much it gives a better. So if you put 1000 or something, it will be better. So it can generate enough characters, so otherwise it will be cropped off. So that you can try it out. And anyway, ChatGPT token, and like it's much cheaper. It's 10 times cheaper than the other API models. So you can have more than, like you can try with 2000 also, it should be fine. That's up to your use case. If you only want to print less token, you want to use less token, it's according to your need, you can put it, you can play with it, and you can try it so how you want it. So that is one use case. If you ask anything to the bot, it will respond back. So let's loop it back to the question block. Let's have a go to step here. So every time after this response is printed, we are going back to the same node again. So after this printing the response, we are going back to how may I help you again. So that is something we are doing right now. So this is one use case. So you ask something, the GPT give a response to it. So it is looping back to the flow again. So what if you want the GPT to remember the previous conversation and you want to continue the conversation? In that case, we need to map the entire conversation into a variable, into a JSON variable. We are storing everything into a JSON variable. Let me show you that use case, which will be a little more interesting, and it will be really useful in many use cases. So let me do that. In order to do that, let's keep this entire thing. I'm gonna make a copy of what we have created here. Just press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So let's make a copy and let's have it below. Let me connect to this flow. This is the second use case I'm talking about. Let's have a continuity in the flow. So for that purpose, we need to create a JSON variable. For that, you can go to the contents. You can create a new user field. You can type the name. So let's call it ChatGPT history, something like the chat history. And let's go with JSON. It should be a JSON variable because it will have like an array, like we are storing a lot of data, so it should be a JSON format type. So let's save it. Now let's get back to the builder, flow builder. Let's open it up. So go to the step. So in this action block, before we are going to the OpenAI integration, we need to insert the user response. Whatever the user is asking, whatever the question from the user, we need to insert this question to the variable we just created, the JSON variable we just created. For that purpose, if you go to the basic actions, we have something called JSON operation. So let's do a JSON operation. So in edit action, the variable we just created, just select that, the JSON variable. Now let's go with insert item. We need to insert the value. So the key variable is, it should be the user, it should be an response from the user. So the key variable is user, and here we will have the content. So let's put the variable. So it's a question. So let's test it. It will look like this. So whatever the question variable has, whatever the user is asking, that will be saved into the user key, and it's saved in the JSON. It will be inserted into this JSON variable. So let's save this, and let's have this conversation should be in top, because we need to insert the value into the JSON variable. Then we are going into the integration. So inside this, instead of that, you can provide the ChatGPT JSON variable here and map this thing. So it will have the entire conversation. Just select this and save. It should be on this dollar means it has the entire response, everything. So let's see, hey, hello, and let's print it. Let's test it out. So here you can see a section called messages. This has the entire messages. So this entire section you can save into the ChatGPT history and you can add it. So you already have the output from the user, so that we already saved in the response. I mean, output from the integration from the ChatGPT, that we are already mapped in with the response. So after this done, you can save it. So we are already printing it. So let's do one thing. Let's preview this entire flow. Let's see. Let me publish it first. Let's preview this. How may I help you? So do you know my name? Let's ask the bot, do you know my name? Yes. Let's see. I'm sorry, but I am not like it doesn't know my name. So let's say my name is Vajan. So now it does know my name. Let's see what is my name. Your name is Vajan. See, what happened is we are saving the entire responses sections in the JSON variable. So if you are asking something related to the previous question or related to the previous interaction, it can respond to that entire section. You don't need to specify about it. Like let's say who won the Champions League? Champions League in Camp 2019. So okay, so this we are talking about the Champions League now. Let's say let's say year before that. Who won? So we don't need to specify Champions League again. It can understand we are talking about Champions League. So Real Madrid won the UEFA Champions League year before in 2018. So that's the concern. This is the second use case. So in that way, you can have a continuity in the chatbot flow. But there is a downside for this. Like currently in this platform, we have a limitation for the JSON variable we have. So the problem is it can only store up to 5,000 characters. So the how many conversation when you this up to the conversation you are having in the platform, if you have more than 5,000 characters, at that time we can't store any more data. So it will be a problem that it will give an error. It will go into another error. We can't save any more data. So in that case, it's the best thing to do is actually we have a JSON operation here. In that JSON operation, you can select it. We have JSON operation called slice the item. So get a slice of items. So if you go here, let's say if we put 2 here, let's see, it only save the last sections like that. Like we can put -10 here. So it keep the conversation, like it's keep the last 10 items in the conversation like that every time. It's only have that that much data, so it doesn't have more than that. So every time it only keep the last few 4 or 5 conversation only, so that way you will not have the issue of running out of the limitation. So it only remember the last few 4 or 5 items, so you can save it. And this also should be before the integration, so you can map it like that, and this should be okay for the integration. So this way you can have a continuity in the conversation flow. This is how you can build a chatbot, your own chatbot. So you can try it out, test it out, and you can deploy this entire chatbot to other social media channels, chatbots you want to have. For example, if you are building it on Omni-Channel, you can, once you have it ready, you can connect with your messenger chatbot, Instagram and Telegram, or even in WhatsApp also you can have it. So I hope this will be a I hope this was a useful video for you guys. And if you have any questions, comment me and comment below in the videos. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you need any tutorial videos or any interesting videos, please do comment on the below the videos, and I will have a look at it and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a great day.